Hi everyone, in this quick video I want to talk about how easy the Agno Agent library makes it to have a little bit of control over what your agent is going to do, and this sort of thing's generally known as human in the loop, where it's been especially useful for me when I'm about to hit an API that could potentially cost some money, and I want the agent to basically ask before it takes an action. You could of course do this for a lot of other cases, but I'm doing it for when I'm about to hit an API. So I've got a simple example here where I want to fetch some financial data from an API. And you can see here, well, we do all the imports, pretty straightforward. And if you need this code, please just let me know. And we're going to run Agno in the terminal. So we've got console from the rich library. Nice little way to visualize stuff. Makes it really pretty. And sort of the key is in these things called hooks. So Agno allows you to give these hooks to your tool, and I've got a tool. It's just a function that basically gets financial data from a statement that a company publishes on the SEC website. And I'm using an API for this that I made. So in this pre-hook that you give to the tool, you can see it accepts the function call, and it basically has like a pause on the console here with live.stop. And it asks if you want to proceed with the API call, and you can say yes or no if you don't think that the arguments are arranged properly or the request doesn't look right or something like that. Now, the actual function that does the fetching is out of the scope of this video, but really it's pretty simple. It just gets a financial statement from the API, and it returns the data, and the agent has the data, and you can ask it questions and stuff. So this is just a create agent, is just an agent builder function. It's got some storage and to basically save stuff. And here we actually create the agent. We define it, we give it the tools. I just want the fetch financial statement tool and just tell it what it's going to do. You're going to fetch stuff from this API. And that's basically it. In the main block here, we just run the interactive chat session. We have that create agent builder function, and then we run it with the CLI app. And we pass in the console here from Rich. And then we just go ahead and run it here in this block. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. I'm going to run agno.hitl.py, which is the file. And here it'll say, do you want to start a new session? And I can just say, hey, just make sure the agent works. I'm using a Gemini here, and it's free. So might as well just make sure everything's okay. So I want to get Tesla income statement. And the tool has some parameters, so it should ask me what period and if I want quarterly or yearly data. So I want the latest 10K, let's say 12/31 yearly data. Okay, let's do that. And here it should pause, and you can see how it's paused. So it's about to execute the statement, fetch financial statement with arguments. Here are the arguments that it pulled out of my request, and everything looks okay. And if this were to cost money, here you can see how basically seeing that is pretty good, because you're able to say, okay, this request doesn't look right, so I'm going to pause here. And of course, you can do all sorts of other use cases, right? Like, do you want to complete this purchase? Something like that. So I do want to do the API call here, and you can see it's actually getting the data. I've retrieved the yearly income. Make me a table of the data. Let's see if it wants to fetch it again. I'll just say yes. But it basically is still thinking. Gemini's a little slow. So here's the data, and it made a nice table, and everything's good. And as you can see, I was able to basically jump in there. That's the human in the loop part, before it actually made the request, so that I didn't waste money in the case the request wasn't formulated correctly. So that's it. Pretty straightforward, but I think it's pretty powerful. So if you guys want to try it out, let me know. Let me know what you think in the comments, or if you have any sort of interesting use cases for this. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.